So, friends, today we are talking about the basic guiding principles of our Grand Master Brahmarshi Patriji. So, these 18 guiding principles, my dear friends, our Dallas team, about a couple of months ago, they did a 2-day full workday workshop on these 18 guiding principles. So, see the depth of that subject and how well it can be taken, right? And now I'm covering this in 10 minutes. So, what can we talk about these principles, right? So, there are about 18. If I just read all of that, it'll take more than 10 minutes, right? But I do not want to do that. So, I want to tell about why these principles are designed and how did they come up, so that we can understand what is the background of these principles, so that we can understand it better. Yeah? So, uh, let's take a situation of our traffic, my dear friends, in the roads, right? There are so much of guidelines to travel on the road. Do you all agree? So there are signals. So there are guidelines. So there is a red light, you'll have to do something. There is a yellow light, you'll have to do something. Green light, you'll have to do something. There is a pathway, right? There are so much of guidelines to why do you need those guidelines? Because of a happy journey, right? So that you can travel without any chaos, right? Similarly, these guidelines are given to us so that we can lead a happy and a soulful journey, my dear friends, right? So for everything there are guidelines. So if you want to live happily and joyfully, so our Grand Master Patri sir designed, these are the likely principles you can follow so that you can lead a better life with no chaos, like how on the traffic signals, right? Now, let's go back to that example. Everybody, there are so much of guidelines. If you are traveling by a car, there are certain guidelines you need to follow. If you are a pedestrian, there is a different guidelines. You cannot follow the same guidelines of the car because then you'll hit into block. So there are different guidelines. If there is an ambulance, what is the guidelines it has to do in the same road, in the same signals, but there are different guidelines. Do you all agree? Right? A police car has a different guidelines. So each of the activity what performed on the same road has different guidelines, my dear friends. Yeah? You are with me? Now, if you think, now coming on to this life cycle, if you think you are the soul and not the body, then there are certain level of guidelines you need to follow. If you feel if you are just the body, then a different guidelines, right? So these guidelines are designed for the people who think that they are soul and not body material. Got it? That is why these are PSSM guidelines. PSSM 18 guiding principles, who all agree that we are not the body but the soul material. Yeah? You're still with me? I'm still within the time. Now let's get into the 18 principles. Now these 18 principles, sir has designed. I have divided this into three groups, I would say, right? One related to the soul, the other one representing the mind, the other one representing the body. Now for our life, if you take, what are the three various activities? The body, mind, and soul, right? So if you want to excel in any of your activities, you want to do the best, right? That is how we are all. If you want to do, say suppose playing a cricket, You want to excel in that. That's what you feel, right? So these are the faculties what we have, and what is the best we can do out of the body? What is the best we can do out of the mind? What is the best we can do for the soul? Are divided in these, my dear friends. Still with me? Still with me? Great. Now, the first one is all about soul related. How you can enhance your soul. There is a soul. We all agree with that. How can we enhance? Right? So that is the Anapanasati meditation. That is the only and the easiest way what Buddha found out, and Patriji has taken this into a common man. Right? Similarly, we have this full moon, silence meditation, pyramid energy, right? All these various activities, what you can do to enhance your soul, right? Similarly, our mind, my dear friends, is such a great faculty of ours. If we use it to work with us, it can create magic. If it works against us, that's when we get into stress, all these kind of activities, right? So we need this faculty, which is very powerful, and it has to work for us. So how can you do that? How can you make that mind, which is a powerful tool, to make work for us? So suppose if you are a CEO of a company, right, and you do not have a good resources, you cannot deliver. Agree? But you have a good resources, but they're not working for you, they're working against you, so much of stress. So I have to make them work, then get them delivered, all that, right? So we'll have to make the connection with the mind so easily so that it will work for us. So how can you enhance that mind to work with us? Are all these, my dear friends. You can read a beautiful spiritual books, what Patriji has designed or suggested. You can go through them. You can enhance the power of the mind, right? Similarly, you can exchange the beautiful experiences they've healed, right? Our masters have experienced. You'll have to enhance. So you learn them from them and you share to others. So you enhance, you keep your mind to highest level of capacity, right? So you're publishing of experiences. So the booklets, what a small child was giving, there is so much of knowledge in it. You write those materials, you share those experiences. If you write a book, my dear friends, you do not know where it will go reach. Some people, somebody will reach that and they'll be able to turn their life, right? So that is why these are all made mind related. Now, the last one, my dear friends, is body. Body is still important. Body is such a great gift for this planet Earth. And how can you enhance this power of body to the best of its capabilities, right? That is when. So how does this body generate, my dear friends? Did we born like this, with this? Did we born? No, right? We born as a small baby. And how did we become like this? We accumulated. We accumulated so much of food, so much of thought, so much of energy. We accumulated. So we became like this, right? So what is that we can intake to make this as effective as possible is having a vegetarian food, sattvic food, right? So these are the guidelines of the body, my dear friends. You need to make it work to its best capabilities. That is why these guidelines are given. So the other points like, so if you understand that you are the soul, then you do not have to, the other master was sharing, you can look for a God within, not outside, right? If you are looking within, then there is no question of any more idols, right? It's just a common sense that if you are able to see God within yourself, you don't have to search for outside. So that is some of the body things. There is no exchange of money, my dear friends. So we are getting this pure air, the breath, the all these natural elements free of cost. We are not giving any money to anybody, right? So what we are doing in this meditation is just observing the breath which is also very free, and that is why there is no any exchange of money, right? So these are all body element capabilities, my dear friends. You can go through each of them in leisure, but the overall essence is how can we enhance our these faculties, what we have, the body, mind, and soul, to lead our happy and joyful life, my dear friends. Yeah, I think I'm done with the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sreekanth. As someone who has yet to get their driver's license, I was still able to understand your 18 principles speech, so thank you so much for this enlightening presentation. Now, we'd like to felicitate him, and I invite Hari Krishnaji and Sanjana to present these tokens of our sincere thanks and acknowledgement of the support we've been receiving. A big round of applause to Sreekanth.
Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami.